Frugal Force once again. This is Captain Frugal reporting for duty for another episode of Road Rage. And it's a nice morning. It's dark still. And I'm driving in my old vehicle here with 233,253 miles. And I'm going to be packing on another 100 plus today. So anyway, I'm on my way to work. I got my hands-free set. For anybody that's new to the channel, Road Rage is videos that I do that are off the cuff while I put my phone down in this little holder here, and I just talk about things that are recently interesting to me, or the goal is for nice conversation. Okay, and so today I want to talk about this Comicsgate movement, and more actually about the opposition. As you notice, the opposition against Comicsgate has been ramping up significantly by the pros. And one of the biggest offenders, is Gail Simone. Now, normally I would say, just don't feed these trolls, because that's what they're doing. They're being trolls. Don't feed the trolls, but in this case, maybe somebody needs to give Gail Simone a Snickers. Those commercials with, that kind of thing. Because she needs it, because she's been going off the rails lately. But anyway, one might make you wonder, why is this all of a sudden a coordinated attack, it seems like, by all these pros? Well, there's some reasons for that. For one, let me tell you, my inside sources tell me, wow, I feel almost important when I say that, tell me there's a lot more people that are thinking about jumping to the Comicsgate route. What I mean by that is doing their own independent work and things of that nature more than ever before. They realize, the money just isn't there right now for like Marvel and things like that. It doesn't pay as good. You could get more if you do a good product and actually treat your fans right. Treat your customers correctly. Whereas if you look, Marvel doubles down on some from DC, which makes you wonder, whatever happened to that policy that they had for social media, because they are surely absolutely not enacting it. But anyway, it's just like they're coming out of the woodwork. Scott Snyder recently, all these people anti-Comicsgate. Well, why is that? Well, there's a reason why. It's because mainstream comic books from Marvel and things, their sales are continually decreasing in returns. They're not doing well. And so every effort they've done to stop people complaining about it and things have failed. They don't get it. They have terrible PR. They've told people, hey, if you don't like it, get out and do your own, or do your own because you never were in it, the group in the begin with. And it happened. We've seen that with diversity in comics. He did what they said. And here's the thing, it did well. Did so well, of course, you have your Mark Wades that have to then try to block it because they know now, oh no, we can't get distribution. They were at the last phase, Comicsgate is, of a lot of these campaigns, which that is actually getting the product to the customer, which is also something they fail at too. Not Comicsgate, but their opposition. You've seen a lot of these SJWs, they launch their own projects, they hardly ever come to fruition. Well, I got newsflash, these are going to come out. Unless I'm grossly mistaken, I've been talking with these people, and the products are ready. They're coming. And so they've been trying to block them on every way, distribution in stores and everything they can. Now, I'm not saying that everybody's perfect. There's people on the Comicsgate side, and I'm not saying the pro side of it or anything, that sometimes say things they shouldn't. We're all human. We all do. So I don't want to chastise the opposition as well. But ultimately, you look at the stuff they're saying. They're complete lies. You notice they either speak complete untruths, and usually they're vague. Their comments are very vague. Oh, they're misogynists, homophobes. Okay, show me where. Explain to me what this person said that was a homophobic slur or things. And I'm not saying there's perfection here. We're all human and everyone makes mistakes. But they make everybody out to be a Nazi, and there's no proof to that. But yet, if you say anything about them, you're evil in some way. Think of the mass hypocrisy of this group. Once again, somebody needs to give Gail Simone a Snickers. Well, maybe a diet bar. Okay? And I know I'm a little bit overweight myself, so hey, just send me one too. Okay? That's not a mean cheap shot, I suppose. And that's another thing, you know, I want to get to in a second. It's with some fun cheap shots. I'll get to that in a moment. You know, there's just a difference here. If you notice that the Comicsgate people in general are building a brand. Yes, there is in squabble. I won't lie. There's sometimes infights and things like that. But that's going to happen with any group. It happens with any professional team. There is never going to be 100% agreement, and that's a good thing. Because if everyone agreed 100%, then you should be scared. Okay? Because then what's this collusion going on? Oh, don't you pull over on me, truck. I hate when semi-trucks just put their turn signal on and start thinking, I'm just going to push them right over because I'm a big truck. Jeez, oh, Pete. Oh, by the way. See? Road rage. There it goes. Yeah, anyway, I hate when vehicles do that. They think they can just move on over. They don't wait for the gap. Where was I? I think I lost where I was at. Well, anyway, collusion, yeah, you don't want everyone to be always on the same page. You want some different ideas. So if you look at what happened, this is what happens when the market doesn't supply what the consumer base wants. We've been suffering for that for years now. The market has not been supplying what the customer base was. And so what happens is people from the customer base will rise up and provide products and services that are what people want. And we've been seeing that. Now, there has been a lot of talk and things, too, about the Indiegogo model, if you will, which I call phase one, is not sustainable. I'm not 100% in agreement with that, but I am also in somewhat of agreement with it. It's great for launching things, and I think that's wonderful. If you can get a book and you get its attention that way, you get it up off the ground where you wouldn't have had the funding to do it before, for like printing, maybe to get all the artwork done. This is going to help. But I think the best bet is to get most of it done if you can beforehand. But that's another story altogether. That's great. And then that Indiegogo launch gets you the attention, gets you the support you need to get that book out. Then there lies the challenge in the next phase. It's getting a new model to get the product out in more ways, as well as at a lower price point. And I assure you, that is something that Comicsgate in general has a goal to do. Okay, there is some goal there. We all realize that this is not sustainable, or even if it is sustainable, it's hard on people's wallets. Let's be honest. And they're aware that the consumer doesn't want to do that all the time. Now, granted, I'm not saying it's not a good value, because you look what the value you get for these books. You're getting signed copies in most cases, bigger than normal books, high quality. Now, granted, I'm saying that, and the product hasn't been here, and that's the next big thing that has to be hit on this phase right now, is all these naysayers, you know, what are they going to say when the product's actually delivered? Then the product would be on its own merit, and that's where it's going to be great. And you know these people are going to be vile and say things bad about it, even if they're not bad. That's the way they are. So take that in mind. But hey, you know, let them criticize. Everyone's allowed to have their opinion. Just good opinions can't be biased, right? So anyway, here's the other thing I was thinking. I took a couple cheap shots. You know, I respect Captain Cummings. You know, I think he's a good guy. I miss not having his channel there, and I think a lot of you miss him too. So I'm very thankful to Captain Cummings. I was around before his channel was, but my channel never went to the big heights that his did. You know what I mean by that is, you know, it doesn't have the huge numbers that he was able to do. And that's something I was always thankful about. I didn't have hardly any subscribers. I think I had like 300 subscribers or something like that. And he was kind enough to have me on. He wanted to do a segment. It ended up running, I think we did 4, maybe more episodes together. Revolution Radio or something we called it, or something. Revolution Podcast. And he had me and Douglas Sternstein. He didn't have to do that. He had, I think, 7,000 subscribers at that time. And I had like 300. But he invited me on and had me on as a regular. And I really appreciate that opportunity he gave me. And so, in a way of saying, we appreciate him. I'm thinking, you know what? He did the meme thing, and that meme, the memes, not meme. Sorry, meme is a game thing. Memes. He did the thing with memes, and that brought a lot of people together. So I'm thinking, what if I did it? What if I brought the memes back? It's all about meme. You know, just have a little fun with it. It's all about meme. And pick a different topic every month or something like that, and see what the memes are, or every 2 weeks. Would you be interested in having another segment like Captain Cummings did with memes? Let me know in the comments, because if it gets enough traction and people want it, that's the key. People have to want it. I don't just want to do it. If people want it, let's do it. Let's do it and raise that respect for, hey, Captain, I know he's a little bit divisive right now. Some people, really are mad at him because his Ethan Van Sciver comments, and I can understand that. It is what it is. I'm not getting in the middle of that fight. That's not this point, and my point is not getting in that fight at all. I respect both gentlemen, and I wish them both the best. But, just as a fun thing, let's get some fun in this, because that's one thing SJWs can't do. SJWs do not know how to have fun. They can't. It's like they have a deficiency in their bodies against it. They're always pissed and mad and whining about something. Whereas look at my channel, we're about exploring the past, looking at things that were wonderful, comparing it sometimes, today, when it's not always sunshine and rainbows, but, and sometimes appreciating some of these things out today, of course. So it's a mixed bag with my channel, so let's have some fun here. So that's what my thought is. If you're interested in having another segment once in a while with memes, let me know. If it generates a decent amount of buzz, I'm going to start asking, I think, on Twitter and things like that. Let me know. I'll run it. All right. Thank you for listening. If you do enjoy these videos, please be sure to hit like and subscribe. Definitely hit that thumbs up, okay? Because evidently that helps in the metric. It's telling me I got to turn notifications bell. But if you really want to help, go down to that info bar down below. You can help us for as little as $1 a month. Just recently, I bought a bunch of additional cables and things like that, so that I can do make it a lot easier to do some of the video game stuff that I do. I really enjoy doing those live stream video games once in a while here, just off the cuff. Those are quite fun. I think I might do another one of that Captain America Super Soldier again, play the next section of that, because I don't know, it's just sort of fun failing in front of everybody. But so I bought a bunch of cords and things like that, so I spent some money on that, cords and adapters and things, so I could do some stuff that way. But also the money, as I said, that first is going to the channel, helping me have more product and things for the channel. I use that to do more new recent comic book reviews and things like that, which I'm going to be doing a video pretty soon based on one of the comic books that I read, but it's not a review. It'll be another epic fights video. Well, anyway, so that money is going towards the channel for stuff like that, and then the money after that is being saved for the comic book, because I have a couple projects, actually. I have the comic book you have heard. It's called The C-List. It's about a bunch of people that are just past their prime. They're now in the downhill stages. They're perceived as old, but not ancient, and still trying to fight the good fight. And I have another project that's not 100% set in stone yet, but it's looking like it's going to happen. It's in the earlier foundations, and it's a children's book. So with another popular YouTuber in the community. She's wonderful. Her artwork is wonderful. We've been conversing, and she seems game for it. And so I think we're in the early stages of starting. I got to get together with her more and talk. We've discussed a few common ideas. I'd like to take that a step further. Let's get that children's book on the way. All right, so thank you again for listening to me blab. But this is a longer one than usual. So until next time, keep it frugal.